we're here outside the Bridgestone Arena, which we're going to head into in a minute to see Petrolheadonism. But before we do, we saw something incredible, this Lamborghini. We haven't seen one in red before. We've seen quite a few in yellow, white, orange, blue, and green. We haven't seen one in red, with red brakes, red interior, black carbon fiber roof. Absolutely brilliant. It's the LP700-4. 700 referring to the amount of horsepower it's got. -4 is that it's four-wheel drive. Good old Lamborghini. V12 naturally aspirated. The Aventador is one of the last of the Lamborghinis to do that, mostly because of the emissions that are going on now, the regulations. It's all going to start being sort of V8s, and they're going to be sort of twin turbocharged. But at least we've got this dinosaur to remind us how fun it can be. Let's go in and have a look at some of the others. And now we're in the Petrolheadonism zone in the Bridgestone Hall. We've got all manner of modded, we've got all manner of custom, we've got moody cars, we've got incredible works of art. We'll go and have a look at what we can find.
So what do we got first, Sam?
Well, first, when you walk in, you've got very rare sort of to see. It is a Skyline R34 four-door with incredible decals all the way along. I believe we've seen this at Adam Seafest.
I think we have, yes.
It's an award winner, and it is just incredible inside. I don't know if you can check out this lovely engine bay, huge turbocharger, and lovely paint scheme as well. This is definitely used for drifting, I believe. What do you think?
I would say so.
Well, next to that, we've got a movie car. This, I'm afraid, isn't real. It's something you can buy and just put on the top. But this itself is real. I can tell that because there's an oil leak, which we won't film the endless boring oil leak. But this is a massive, massive, massive Dodge. It's Dom's. It's Dom's from Fast and Furious.
Essentially, yes.
It's just used. It's a thing you can hire at the moment, just like the police car next to it. No, I should have said, and it's just a normal Celine. And then we've got lovely Back to the Future. It's just wonderful, that. The effort gone into making that. They've got so much electricity being used, they've got to plug it into the mains. Next to that, we got Transformers Bumblebee.
Or two of them.
We've got old Camaro and we've got new Camaro.
Wonder if they're going to transform at all.
Yeah, right. Now, some people know that I absolutely love a Camaro. Not this iteration of it. I like the SS Camaro, which was in the 1968, I believe it was, the one that I prefer. Next to Transformers, we've got a lovely Shelby. Who doesn't like a Cobra?
Fools?
Yeah, but we don't allow fools in here. It's chrome, 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 and chrome all over. And if I can tear Ashley's eyes away for a moment, we can just quickly have a look at this incredibly large Hummer we've got next to that. Okay, that's enough of that. And here we find ourselves next to a DC Customs build. They say it's VW. I don't actually know what it was originally. This whole paint scheme is what DC Customs have done to the car. This is what they can do to any of your cars. I don't know if it picked up on camera. Ash and I thought there was no windscreen for a moment. It is so clean. It's like the windscreen arms are just hovering in midair.
You can't see it on the camera because I can see a bit of light reflecting off it.
It's so clean. It's almost like, because there's no window here, it's like you can do that there. It's incredible. If you come around the back, of course you can see these lovely chrome wheels. It's a low ride, as James May would say. That's just incredible in the back there. DC Customs. Well, you can get them to do quite a lot of stuff. Go check them out. Now, normally, Ash, this will be you talking about, but we found ourselves a Type R.
We have.
Unfortunately, the bonnet's not up, so we can't tell you show you the incredible stuff they've done underneath it. But other than that, they haven't done the carbon fibre bonnet like yourself. They got pretty much standard rear wing, but they've got lovely, lovely wheels with a lovely brake system. Huge brakes. I bet they can stop the car incredibly quickly.
You would hope so.
This is a sort of like a maroony browny colour. It's not actually black.
You have to get very close to see that colour though. I don't know how well it shows up on the camera.
This is all part of the Petrolheadonism. It's definitely been lowered, but
Petrolheadonism.
it definitely looks great. Next to that, Lamborghini
Mark
off-road.
McCann's Hurricane Storato. I'm sure you all
The
are
rally
familiar.
raid. If anyone's watched the Grand Tour, the sand job, you would have seen this, and this is what inspired Top Gear to make theirs. Oh, sorry, Grand Tour to make theirs. Next to that, a car I adore. My favourite Lamborghini, minus the SV version of this, the LP640-4 Murcielago.
Oh.
This is incredible. Unfortunately, once again, we are trapped by this impenetrable barrier.
There's a lot of those impenetrable barriers going about this weekend.
It's like video games. You have the invisible wall. Just,
Yes.
I can't get past. It's incredible. I love how boxy but yet curvy it is. How unnecessarily big it is. I don't know if you can see over there. We've got these lovely vents at the back, which are currently closed. They rise up at speed to give it this eagle's wings coming up effect. And there's a button that you can press to keep them up. It's just I'll just keep pushing up and down, up and down, up and down all day long. I'll be happy to see it. Along the side skirts here, we've got a huge funnel to divert air into the back to help cool the rear engine. Also, it's in the colour I would have it. It's in this lovely yellow. I don't know what Lamborghini called this particular yellow. The fact that it changes its intensity depending on what light you're standing in.
And this one's special in
Yes.
that
It is a manual.
Yep, it's got
It's
the gated
manual.
gearbox.
You won't be able to see it, I think, because the doors are not open.
You can
Oh, you
see
can
the
see a
gear
stick.
knob.
You can see a stick.
Usually the doors will be open on this. I think just because it's early and we wanted to film in here before it got too noisy and crowded. But yes, this does have the classic scissor doors that Lamborghini are known for as well.
We'd love to show you the back end, but there's a thing in the way.
Yeah, and Sam can't jump that high.
See, next to that, Adam C's car.
One of.
It's got quite a few. It's lovely. It's a Dodge Viper, which he absolutely loves. He was questioning about getting one for quite a while. Everyone knew he was going to get one, though.
Oh yeah, and obviously if you follow Adam C, which you should, because he's really cool, and if you're at Adam C Fest, you would have seen this already. All Vipers had a V10, I believe. I think this is one of the original shape ones, and it's an American sports car, which is one of the few cars that can actually pull off the racing stripes.
Yes, it is. I don't believe it's one of the originals, but this is actually a little bit after that. But it's still quite early on. Lovely Ultima here. This is actually, believe it or not, for sale. This Ultima Sports 1998. If you've got a spare £60,000, this could be yours.
Nice.
We've even got some more DC custom cars here. Beetle and a pickup. I actually don't know what pickup. Willie's. Oh, what? A Willie's Jeep? No, it's not Willie's pickup.
It's definitely not a Willie's Jeep.
No. It's Willie. Sorry to say, Willie's pickup. These are the types of things that DC Customs can build for you if you have the cash and the dreams or the imagination of any kind. And that's the Petrolheadonism zone done. So enjoy. Hello everyone, you find me next to an Evo. Not any Evo. It's Drive Tribe. So this is not actually James May's Evo from the Scandi flick. Unfortunately, they said that was too damaged to really sort of take to places. We hope it's in a nice little resting area somewhere. Might not be. But this one, they tried to get something that's as similar as possible. So this one is still an Evo 8. It is 2003. It's about 440 horsepower from a 2-litre engine. It's still as lovely as when it came out the factory, really.
Isn't the Evo the car you want me to get when you get your Subaru, so you have a playmate?
I would love for you to get this. I am a very big fan of Evos, the rally eras. I'm not overly fond of the 8. I prefer the 5, the 6 and the 7. If I was going for rally spec, I'd definitely go for 5. Just because you can mod the hell out of it and the body can withstand it entirely. But the 8 is still very iconic. And I know quite a lot of Evo fans are going to be shouting at me at that.
Oh, they are.
But I don't mind because I'm a Scooby man. And how about we go look at one? And here we find ourselves, well, in a tent next to a Scooby. Impreza WRX STI 2003. This is Hammond's. Richard Hammond's Subaru Impreza from Scandi Flick. Actual Drive Tribe one that you've probably seen on his on the Drive Tribe channel. You might have seen it on his smallest cog as well. This is a lovely era of the Scooby. I like the year after it. I like the 2004, but this is a fantastic, fantastic car. We've seen James's car in the other hall. Well, a very similar one to James's car. This one is 2003. As you can see, it actually here's his 530 horsepower. That's quite a bit more than the Evo had. Same year as I said, 2003. They took it out of the Martini livery.
They did.
I can't remember why they did. They didn't say. I love it.
This is the Blob Eye generation, the one you would have.
Yes, I would have the Blob Eye. Not particularly fan of the Stink Eye. Not particularly fan of the Bug Eye. But I like the Hawk Eye. I like the P1. And I like this.
So this is one reason why we absolutely love the British Motor Show, Sam. It's the uniqueness and the variety. And when it comes to uniqueness, why don't you tell us a little bit about what we've got here?
Well, it's not a Rolls Royce per se. Well, it isn't actually a Rolls Royce. But it started life.
It's got the Spirit of Ecstasy at the front.
Well, it started life as a Rolls Royce, and then someone who I think likes a lot of speed and power thought the best thing you can do is put a Merlin engine in it that Rolls Royce did make, but that went in a Spitfire during the Battle of Britain. It's a 27-litre Rolls-Royce Merlin engine. This was conceived by a gentleman called Paul Jameson in the late 60s. This particular machine is called the Beast.
Correct. Name,
and
yes.
I think it's a perfect name for it. This has gone through many different versions of itself over the years. This particular one has been wrapped by the company you can see next to it, which is Doodle Signs. But it was just such an incredible thing. The original one was with a designer called John Dodd. Sorry, I can't read properly. John Dodd, who originally bought this and sold it on to Paul Jameson, I believe. Oh no, the other way around. So yeah, Jameson got it first, and then John Dodd took it, created a great transmission to it, took the whole thing and went absolutely mental with it. They extended the rear cab, they put side pipes on it. Who doesn't like a good side pipe? And we wish we could hear this turn on. I've heard a Spitfire engine before. I've seen Spitfires fly. I've seen them taken off quite close to me. It's not a quiet thing. I imagine when they were bringing it into this hall, they probably pushed it. Probably. But how much would you love to drive around in something that had a Spitfire engine in something that was a Rolls Royce originally?
Yep, very much. And so we arrive at the Max Power reunion section, and for this bit, I think I'm going to just let the cars do the talking. And here we find Sam having a Richard Hammond moment because you love a pickup truck.
I do love a pickup truck, and I wonder if you can get it actually all in shot. But it's quite big. In fact, let me just show you. That's how long it is.
I mean, from this angle, it is all in shot.
Yeah, but look how far away you are from me, a few meters away. This is a Ford F100. It's that old. I love a pickup. I love the fact that they are reliable, and after they've lived for 50 years, they just have trees growing out them because they're just left on the side of the road. But you can do anything to them. Turn this into a low rider. You could hot rod it. You can put an engine in the back and have it do drag racing.
You could fit a lot in there. That's a big back.
I'll tell you something. You could put an entire mattress in that, and a few little wires in there, round. Got a tent.
Oh, the ladies would love it.
Onwards.
So, this is a Ford Sierra, however, with a V8 engine. That's crazy, and this is very much used as a racing machine, I can see, because it's so stripped out inside with the bucket, racing seats, the roll cage, the endurance fuel tank in the boot. I'm loving the contrast between the blue paint and the gold wheels, though. They've gone for the Subaru colour scheme, but I imagine around a track this thing would make mincemeat of a Subaru with that hulking great V8 in the front. That's a mental car.
So in front of me you have an example of what you can do to a pickup if you have the idea. This is once again DC Customs, and they have properly lowered it. I love the idea they're keeping it as like a rat box, a rat racer style thing. But if you look in here, none of that is old. That is all new. This, I believe, they like to take racing every now and then, especially when you look at how Spartan the interior is, with some of the most uncomfortable seats I've ever seen.
Oof.
And such a lovely, I'm guessing it's a lift kit in the back here. A pickup truck. The back of the truck is used for its own lift kit. And if you come with me over this side, you can see another example of what you can do to a pickup. Look at how low this one rides. Exactly the same as the other one over there with the sensor. It's got side pipes coming out the front. No need to have it front to back. So have the exhaust come out the front with a little cap. This one's less Spartan on the inside. It's got a full lovely bench all the way across, and such lovely decking in the back.
Great.
Wouldn't mind taking it home.
And to finish off the Bridgestone haul, we have this very, very orange Lexus RCF with the full Maxton splitter kit all around. Loving those wheels. They are very, very nice indeed. And behind that, this GT86 with, to be perfectly honest, some of the best wheels I have seen this entire show. Work wheels with the little strip of red on one of the spokes. They are some incredible wheels. Really, really loving them. And next to that, this slammed M5. You'll have to let me know in the comments which M5 this is, because I'm more clued up on M3s than M5s.
You don't know? What sort of car enthusiast do you think you are? I don't know either.
However, loving that indeed. Again, love the wheels. That basically concludes the Bridgestone haul. We're going to head outside, do some filming out there, so we can cover as much of this amazing show as we possibly can. Well, if I was waiting that long for a tyre change, I think I would have given up and walked home. So we've come outside, the weather's lovely, and we arrive at a huge collection of Mustangs. That's because this year the motor show is celebrating 60 years of the Mustang. It's why there was a number of them in the entry hall, some of the original ones in there and the brand new Dark Horse. But yeah, out here we start with This, I believe, is a 2005 Mustang with the bullet spec, obviously from the famous Steve McQueen movie. We've got a, I believe this is a Clive Sutton Mustang. It's one of the more modern shapes. Now here is something very cool. This is a Celine Mustang. Very cool body kit on this one, and lovely Shelby style 5-spoke rims. We've got another modern one. We've got the Roush spec here on this lovely baby blue colour with the chrome wheels and the old school livery stripe down the side of that one. They are leaving because they're going into the arena, but we've got the old Boss 302 right there. We've got a Mach 1, yes, a Mach 1, a proper Mach Mustang. Sam knows what I mean by that. They're all being fired up, so it's getting a little bit noisy. But we've got the Coyote Mustang here in orange. That looks fantastic. And we've got a couple of Roush Mustangs to end the lineup. There would have been more, but as I say, they're all heading out into the arena for the Mustang display. We love a muscle car, don't we, Sam? And from one classic American name to another, the Corvette. Right, so this is the Sporting Bears paddock. They do dream rides for all kinds of different cars. We've got TVRs, Lotuses, Caterhams, E-Types, there's a Lamborghini somewhere, all kinds of car, new and old, classic, modern, supercar. We've just been out in a Subaru Impreza. We've been doing this the last few years. I can highly recommend heading over to the Sporting Bears tent. They go all around the country. Every penny you spend on a dream ride, it all goes to children's charities, helping out people less fortunate than ourselves. They've been kind enough to let us do some filming in their paddock, so massive shout out to Sporting Bears. You can check them out on Facebook, Instagram, pretty much any social media. Let's have a walk around and show you what kind of cars you can get a dream ride in. So we're still over at Sporting Bears. They very kindly let us sit in one of their display cars. This is the Pontiac Trans Am, and yeah, obviously made very famous by Knight Rider. This one has under the bonnet, actually it's American, so I'm going to call it a hood for now.
Yeah.
Just to get in the character. This has got a 7.4 litre Chevy 450 big block, about 450 horsepower. Sadly, we can't hear what it sounds like, but you can probably imagine. You've got that old school, really long horizontal American muscle style dashboard, all the separate gauges. What a famous car. What a privilege to be sat in one.
And of course, people can find this on the Sporting Bears site, and wherever they go around Sporting Bears, support Sporting Bears Dream Rides.
So we've seen some lovely cars. Now we found a car we really didn't want to see, the Ford Capri. No, not that one. This one. Yeah, Ford bringing back the Capri name very controversially as a electric SUV. Doesn't look like a Capri should.
Not particularly happy.
Yeah, I got nothing on this.
Let's go look at some better things.
Let's.
And where do I find you?
Honda S2000. We've finally got one here. Our personal favourite two-seater sports car. We're hoping on having one of these one day.
Yeah, it'd be a little joint ownership.
Yeah. 2.2 litre K24 engine, VTEC obviously, 9,000 RPM. That iconic 6-speed Honda manual with the short shifting gears, rear-wheel drive. What more could you ask for from a two-seater sports car? It's perfect.
It's all fun. And I find you admiring the GTRs.
Oh, absolutely. Particularly the older ones. You've got the R33 here, gorgeous white with some amazing BBS wheels. This lovely blue R33 next to that. And now it gets a bit more special because you have this Nismo edition R34, which looks incredible, but even more incredible is this lightning yellow R34. Now this is very special because Nissan only made 45 in this colour. 3 of them came to the UK. This is the only one left. So this is quite possibly the rarest Skyline in the country. And I think we can agree, it looks absolutely stunning in this colour. And the jet black 5-spoke Nismo wheels as well. Apart from that, everything else on this car is pretty much as it came from factory. And I can completely see why the owner's not messed around with it too much, because when you've got a car this unique and special, why would you mess with it?
You keep it as good as you can.
So we're now in the TVR section. There's all sorts here. You've got Tuscans, Chimeras, Sagarises, Griffiths, lots of really nice, insane British sports car stuff, some in the pearl paint, but the one that really caught our eye was this particular Chimera. Has been completely modified inside and out. It's got a absolutely gorgeous, almost, well, not almost, it is a metal flake copper kind of finish on the paint, copper and chrome on the wheels, interior fully redone in white leather with orange and a really light shade of brown on the Alcantara. Brown interiors never really did anything for us, but I think this is an exception because it is so well done. And it's consistent all throughout, even under the engine bay. I'm not quite sure what engine this is. It's obviously not the original one, and sadly there's no information on it, but I can see it is turbocharged and it's colour schemed to match the outside with the orange pipes, the metal flake on the rocker cover. I think this is definitely up there as one of the best cars in the entire show. This is absolutely stunning. and a collection of minis, and they are proper real minis. Ah, who doesn't love a mini? All the various different models and trim levels on these brilliant classic little cars. Absolutely love them. So we're now in a little bit of a motorsport section where a lot of the cars in here have actually been used in British Touring Car Championship, including this MG Metro. Nick Swift, Patrick Watts, we were told. Not very clued up on BTCC from back then, but apparently a lot of people do not know that this actual car was in the BTCC. So that is very cool. And over here on the Mondeo, we have the Rapid Fit livery, one of Sam's favourite liveries. What a great touring car that is. And this tiny little Citroen C1, also used in racing, a genuine little race car. I bet that's a lot of fun. But now, one of the craziest builds we have seen at the motor show. This has been here the last 3 or 4 years that we've been here, and it still amazes me just how crazy this is. The Hot Wheels logo making giant Hot Wheels flames. Some of the deepest dishes you've ever seen on a wheels, contrasted really well with the paintwork, but a very unique and different engine bay to the rest of the car. It's almost like a heart with veins coming out and the little strip of DNA there. That is a crazy, crazy car. And behind it is something a lot less crazy. It's a Mark I Ford Escort Mexico. And well, that is a lovely classic. And just down from the Escorts, we have a very lovely Honda CRX, a really old 90s one. This is actually an incredibly dark purple colour. Don't know if you can see, but there's lovely purple chrome on the steering wheel. This is a max power one, and pretty much the same exhaust that's on my Type R. This one's just a little bit shinier, but wow, loving that. And I've come across this really nice E39 BMW M5. Love the livery down the side, loving those wheels. This is a really nice shape of BMW. Don't see very many of these around, but yeah, that's a really nice car. And next to it, the RS Escort Cosworth, one of the most yobbish cars ever made, but that's just what made it cool. And take a look at that engine bay. That is a lovely, glorious car. So this is the beauty about coming to this place for all 4 days. Out here at least, it's pretty different every day. And this, we've just noticed this Nissan Silvia S13 full drift spec, and well, can you see why it stood out? You've got the midnight purple paint job with those luminous green wheels, and I think the biggest turbo we have seen all weekend. Let's just check. Okay, yeah, that's as big as my exhaust. RB26 swapped. There is a scoop cutout in the bonnet to feed air directly into the turbo. So I imagine this thing is immensely powerful and obviously a full-on drift car. Look how stripped out it is in there. You've got the driver's seat and nothing else. Wow. That's an incredible car.
Alright everyone, so I'm on my own. We're looking for the top 5 or individuals for me and Ash to see top 5 in show. I found one that I really like, that I am putting in my top 5. There was a debate between 2 others. I'm in the Mustang section in case you can see. It's celebrating 60 years of Mustang, and I think it's very fair to go for one of the early ones. Let me show. The one that I found, the one that I've decided, is this one. There are a few others like it. There's a red one just there, which I did like the look of, but this one really caught my eye with the racing stripes. The blue popped out at me. I know it's not got the Mustang badge right at the front, whereas that one does. This one does not. I would put the Mustang badge on there, but this has got some lovely, lovely wheels. It caught me, just caught me in the stripes down the side, going straight to the vents. The fact that it's convertible is fantastic, but let's have a look at this interior. Look at this upholstery, it is fantastic. It's such a great colour scheme altogether. I felt that this sung to me far more than the other convertible Mustangs that were here. Celebrating 60 years of Mustang, I think this is in my top 5.
So this is my number 5 of the entire show, Ford Escort RS. I absolutely loved this thing. It is immaculate at every angle, and you've got the OZ racing wheels, and minus all the lovely chrome under the bonnet, it's pretty much standard as far as performance goes. But that doesn't really matter, because I bet this thing is an absolute gem to drive. All pristine on the inside, very, very well looked after. This caught my eye on day one, and it's sort of been in the back of my head the entire weekend when picking out best cars of the show. So yeah, this RS Escort Turbo is my number 5.
Alright guys, so back to the top 5. I think I found another one I really like, and it's not a car. It is in fact a Harley. Now I couldn't film this earlier because it had music blaring out of it. You can hear some in the background, but that is not from this. It has so many speakers going on inside, and this thing is huge. It has been modified to high heaven, this thing, as Harley should be. So it's just chrome, 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 chrome everywhere. And sparkles, sparkly. And spikes, and such a lovely sort of, I don't know, you call it crocodile leather? I don't know. With a dash to show you all your instrumental needs, a cup holder, even more speakers. It reminds me a little bit of the Honda Goldwing, to be honest, now someone they've been inspired by. But that is in my top 5.
And this is my number 4, the Chevrolet Corvette C1. The original Corvette sports car from the 1960s. What I absolutely loved about this was just the red on red. Look at that gorgeous interior, the way the Corvette curves around the passenger. Usually that would be too much red, but it's just the right amount. The way the chrome goes all the way around the cockpit, and the fact that the rear view mirror is slap bang in the middle of the dashboard. I love all the chrome accents, the white decal down the side with the Corvette badge embedded in it, and the white wall tyres. Absolutely love this thing. Nothing I have seen this weekend makes me wish I was in 1960s America more than this car. So yeah, this is my number 4 of the show.
So guys, I might have found another one of my top 5 cars here. This particular Skyline R34 Nismo. Fantastic little colour scheme. I've never seen one this colour before, with a carbon fibre bonnet in such a shape. I find the whole design being sort of refined, stylish. The whole rim around the wheels here is really speaking to me. The small little bit of Japanese writing here and there, I feel, stands out more boldly than all the big liveries we've seen here. And yep, this is definitely in my top 5. I'll tell you which one later.
And here is my number 3, the Nissan Silvia S13 drift car. So this caught my attention as soon as I looked to my left earlier. The full drift spec, the extremeness of this thing, especially that ginormous gargantuan turbo. Yeah, this thing is 110% utterly mental, and I absolutely love it. Yep, definitely takes my number 3 spot for the show. Well done, whoever this is.
And here we have my number 2 in the top 5. Yeah, I'm classing this number 2, not number 1, and you'll find out why later. This is the Murcielago that we filmed earlier in the Petrolheadonism corner. This is in my top 5 because I've always loved the Murcielago. Just before the SV came out, and the SV is my favourite version, but this one as well is a gated manual in the yellow. It is just wonderful with those huge doors, the vents that pop out, huge back end. This is definitely in my top 5 at number 2.
And here is my number 2 of the entire show, the Series 1 Jaguar E-Type. This, in a way, was a little bit of a no-brainer for me because something about the E-Type, every time I see one, it just sort of puts every other car out of my mind. Well, I love everything about it, really. Just it's that timeless design, and even though you can tell it's an old car, something about it just still remains such a gorgeous machine. It's almost like it hasn't really aged at all. And the fact that it's the 4.2 as well, just, yeah, it just adds to the overall rating of this car. So here we are, guys, the Series 1 E-Type Roadster, my number 2 of the British Motor Show. So I don't know how well you can hear me because there is a hell of a lot of noise in the background that we certainly didn't ask for, but I wanted to point this insane Mustang out as kind of an honorary mention for my top cars of the show. This was outside for the first few days. Didn't realise till we walked in the hall today on the final day that it had been moved, but I wanted to make this an honorary mention just because of how over the top, crazy, insane it is. I mean, she's called it the Exorcist. You've got the blood spatters all over. I mean, this is absolutely crazy. Look at all the fake hands and the blood in there. This is an absolutely mental custom car. Absolutely love this. And Nismo wheels, or at least Nismo centre caps, because why not? This thing is absolutely insane. So yeah, just wanted to give this an honourable mention. Fantastic. Okay, so this is a little bit awkward. We've obviously been doing our top 5 cars of the show each, and then we were going to agree on a best car of the show separate from our top 5, which would make up a top 10. However, it's a little bit awkward, isn't it, Sam?
It is.
Because
Yeah.
both of our personal favourite car is it's the same.
It's the same. It's the TVR.
It is the copper TVR Chimera we saw that was only here on day 3, so we were lucky enough to see that. So that's his number 1, that's my number 1. As I say, a little bit awkward. So before we reveal our car of the show, let's have a quick run through of our top 5 cars each. So number 1 was the TVR Chimera.
My number 1 TVR Chimera. Number 2 was the Lamborghini Murcielago.
My number 2 was the Jaguar E-Type.
And number 3 was the Nissan Skyline R34 Nismo.
My number 3 was the Nissan Silvia S13 drift car.
My number 4 was the Mustang convertible, the blue one.
My number 4 was the Chevrolet Corvette C1.
My number 5 was not a car at all, it was a bike. It was orange Harley Davidson.
It was. My number 5 was the white Ford RS Escort. But now, guys, here is our best car of the British Motor Show. And here we are with our joint number 1 of the entire show.
We've been through the entire main hall, hall 2, we've been out in the main paddock, out where CC is, and we've jointly decided that the Zonda is the one that we both believe is best in show.
We decided on the Zonda just because, well, there's not really anything else like it. I mean, we've seen the LaFerrari, the P1, the 918 and all that stuff.
Even the LM over there.
Yeah, a number of times, but it's so rare for us to see a Zonda over here.
I love it. Keep looking at it. Keep looking at it. I'm still looking at it. I'm not going to pull myself away. I'm here for the rest of the day, I think. Each day it keeps on changing, so sorry if we missed anything that you guys saw when you were here that you wanted us to cover. With that,
Don't forget, hit the red line to subscribe. We'll be back very soon, and
hopefully I have some more modding to do.
so we will see you very soon, guys.
My number 3 is the Mitsubishi Skyline. No, Mitsubishi Skyline. Start that again. And here we have a lovely no-brainer. No, a no-brainer. No, a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer.
And I thought I was the dyslexic one.
The wasabi wagon. Ash, what did the sushi say to the bee?
Oh dear, what?
Wasabi.
And I'm editing you out.